days is we're going to break off, drive up to the Tuktoyaktuk in the Yellowknife, Northwest Territory to the Baltic Sea, and we're going to launch it up there and try to cover around 500 kilometers on each side before winter sets in. And then we'll come back and finish off the trip down the Pacific and come. We're going up to Alberta to have a little summit because we think by that time that the world will wake up and come on board, and that we might have a way to move forward without hate and animosity. And that's all we want, is just an opportunity to have that debate, and so that people have an opportunity and they're not terrorized and terrified, and they're not living in a police state, because the police can't control what's coming. See, nothing can, only logic. And the people waking up and hearing everything and coming to a conclusion on their own that we all got to fight for the entire, whatever species are left, we have to fight for them, because they ain't got a voice, and they don't deserve it.
And for our children and our children's children and beyond. I mean, this is their planet the planet we're leaving them is sad. It's terrible. So Dana, I would love to have you back on my show after this exhibition that you're getting ready to do. I'd love to interview you again and fill us all in on everything. And I'm going to go to your website, put it in my favorites so I can keep up to date with everything.
And you got my phone number, so you got access to me. You got access to me while I'm on the trip. If you need to call me up, if something going on, you can call me, Linda, and I'll find time for you. You can be sure for everybody. No matter how busy I am, I got time. That's the way I am.
Thank you so much. You're a great soul, and we need more people like you. Bless you.
Thank
for
you.
what you're doing.
You too, Linda.
Have a great evening, Dana, and we will chat. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here.
Hugs for everybody, folks.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Linda.
Good night. Thank you, everybody, for joining and staying with me this evening and having my guest Dana on. Really incredible what that man is doing. It's good stuff, but in reality, what's happening to our planet is just bad stuff. So, with that being said, there has to be more voices. More of us have to speak up and say something. So I did promise you a star report for the end of the show. And I promise next week, I know I've been throwing a lot of heavy issues at everyone. I had Tom on a few weeks ago with earth changes and this, that, and the other. We are seeing it in the news. I mean, the whole Middle East has gone just completely nuts. And I knew this would happen a year ago. And I shouldn't be shocked by it. But I am. Just because it's the spirit of the world. Then, you've got chaos going on in Ferguson. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. The world is in a crisis. There's a war going on here on earth, but there's also a war going on up in heaven. And it's not the kind of war you think between God and Satan, actually. There's a war going on in heaven, and it's actually between aliens against aliens. Yes, and in a few weeks from now, I'm going to have some people on that are going to talk to you about reptilians. They're going to talk to you about alien species and what's really running this country. You have your main government, but you also have a secret government that's really running this country. Obama's just a puppet. Bush was just a puppet. They're puppets. The higher-ups, you don't know who they are. You will never see them. Even our own president doesn't even have access to things like Area 51 and high-topic information like that. And in the months to come, I will introduce you to people, about talking about Majestic 12, the Grenada Treaty, things like this. I'm trying to get David Icke on. I've been trying to email him for a couple of days. He may be on tour, or he's getting ready to go. Oh, where was he? He's going to some event in London in October. I'd like to get him on before then, but we shall see. Next week's show is going to be fun. A lot more fun than this. And I'll tell you about it in just a minute. Let me give you the new moon forecast. I know a lot of you have been feeling kind of low, down in the dumps. It's going to get better. The new moon's coming on Monday. I never thought I'd ever say come on Monday. But come on Monday. Because I'm just in this blah mood. I'm just really in a funk right now, and I really want the new moon energy to come. New moon is in Virgo on Monday, August 25th, and we're going to have the planet of Mercury, which is communication, and the planet of Venus, which is love, in control for about 4 days from the 25th through the 28th. With this new moon, it brings about worries of health and perfection in your working environment. Now, I will say this, if you are getting ready to go on a diet or start an exercise regimen, this is the perfect time to do it. The stars are blessed by it. You will do great on your diet. You will do great on setting goals for yourself for exercise. It's blessed by these stars. Now, also with this new moon, you may be forced into new employment opportunities. Now, just remember, these changes will be positive in the long run. Just remember, when one door closes, another one opens. The stars have much better in store for you. It may not seem like that in the beginning, but in the end, it will be good. This is the perfect time to start any kind of diet and exercise. Like I said, you're going to have more success in these endeavors as they're blessed by the stars. Now, however, with this moon, you have a tendency, all of us, not just one particular sign, to be a little more picky and fussy and critical with others, as this energy also makes us want perfection. We have to achieve perfection. That's Virgo. I have to be perfect. Everything has to be organized. It's a good thing, and I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, and so I know how this is. My own dragon tail is in Virgo, and one thing I've learned through radio is I get in a hissy fit. I used to. I don't do this anymore. When things don't go perfectly. You know what? I've learned. Sometimes things aren't going to go perfectly. You just have to say, you know what? Oh, well, it happens. No biggie. Anyway, next week is going to be a great show. It's going to be a fun show. I'm going to have one of my girlfriends on with me the second half of the show. Her name is Barbara. Call her BJ. She's my gal pal. She and I go and do wine tasting together. We bake lasagnas. We've had parties here while I've been on air. It's a good time. We're going to talk about something fun. We're going to talk next week about the laws of attraction. Yes, the laws of attraction. What attracts people to certain people? What is that? What do you think that is? There's a lot to it, but I'm going to lay it down for you next week. We're going to talk sex, we're going to talk lust, and we're going to talk love. We're going to even talk soulmates. And if I have some time next week, I'm going to let you guys out there in DTM world take a shot at me giving you guys a love chart. That's right, 2 birthdays, 1 chart. And if you're curious to see how compatible you are, let's give it a try. I also want to mention one more thing. A good friend of mine, and I know she's going to be listening to the show later on the replay, so it'd be nice for me to do this. I know a lot of us are big animal lovers. I know the owners are, both Denny and Tiffany. Myself, I know most of the people in the chat are probably animal lovers. Most of the people I know are big-time animal lovers, and sometimes in life I've had to do this before, where I've had to go and put down one of my pets due to health. So my friend Pam, who's been a listener of my show for a long time, is now listening through DTM. I want everyone tonight to send her some light, some love, and some positive healing, because she had to put her cat down, and I'm going to cry because it's about animals and I can't deal with it. But the cat was suffering. He's no longer suffering. He's now with the kitty angels, and we'll just leave it at that. But anyway, send her some good vibes, some light and love to Pam as well, because losing a pet is like losing a best friend. Isn't that right? We're all animal lovers. We know this. Anyway, glad I was here with you all this evening. It's been a great show. Thanks to my friend Dana for joining me. I hope everyone has a wonderful, peaceful, and blessed weekend. Light and love to all, and I'll be back next week. Peace out.